My favorite thing about Keene State, I really like how close the classes are together. My favorite class at Keene State, right now I'm really enjoying my film analysis class. I really enjoy the teacher. If I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, what would it be? I really like meatball subs. I've had it since I was a little kid. My mom would always make them. What do I enjoy most about my sport? I really like how everyone is kind of all together. The track team, even distance, we all talk, have dinner together. Who on the team spends the most time on TikTok? I would have to say that's probably Michael Gigliotti. My favorite vacation spot, I really want to visit Iceland. I think that would be a very cool place to go. Dogs or cats? I'm more of a dog person, even though my family, we both have a dog and a cat. My favorite TV show would probably have to be The Magicians. There's 7 seasons of it. I really love that show. My dream job would probably have to be a cinematographer or editor for films. My craziest teammate, it's really fun to spend time around Dawson Hamale, so I'm gonna put him for that.
What is my favorite thing about Keene State? I definitely have to say the people. I've met a lot of great people so far, and it's become like a second family to me. What is my favorite sport to play other than mine? Definitely have to say football. I used to play back in high school, and I love watching it, I love playing it. It's definitely my second favorite sport. And what is my favorite TV show? I'm gonna have to say Moon Knight. On Disney+, I really like it. What is my favorite class at Keene State? I have to say I'm taking astronomy right now, and it's really interesting, and it's really cool. What is one thing my coach always says at practice? One thing he always tells me is that I'll get there, and what he means by that is, especially in my event, the triple jump, I'm new to it, and I want to be great fast, and he tells me that, these things take time, and so I got to listen to him, and he's right. So we'll get there, that's what he says. And what is my favorite vacation spot? I'd have to say Canada. Even though it's not the most tropical spot, I have family up there. I really enjoy the scenery and everything. Yes or no, does pineapple belong on pizza? Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Absolutely not. Who is a professional athlete I admire in my sport? I have to say Usain Bolt, 100%. A guy I always grew up wanting to be. And in my event, I'd have to say Pedro Picardo. He's an amazing triple jumper, and I basically learned triple jump by just watching him jumping. Who is my craziest teammate? I'm gonna say it's a tie between Aiden Law and Dawson Hamale. Those two guys, they're really great people. I mean that in the best way. They're really great people. What is my favorite movie? I have to say Coming to America. It's an old movie. I used to watch it with my parents all the time. It's just a really good immigration type of movie.
All right, welcome back on the Owl to the Owl Athletic Complex on the Owls Media Network. Keene State and UMass-Boston ready to start Game 2 here of this two-game series. Of course, a doubleheader here on this Saturday afternoon. UMass-Boston took Game 1 by a final of 7-5, and they were aided by a big seventh inning where they got 5 runs, down 4-2 to take a 7-4 lead. It held up at 7-5. I'm Ryan Goodwin, joined alongside by Tom Rogers here in Game 2 as we get ready to go, as the Owls will look to split this doubleheader this afternoon, and they have the guy to do it on the mound. It's Jake Yoakum. He's 2-2 with a 2.08 ERA. Of course, that ERA has come all the way down from 6.75 just 2 starts ago, as he's gone 18 straight scoreless innings and back-to-back complete game shutouts. We'll see if he can have another great start this afternoon.
Yeah, Jake Yoakum off to a solid start this season. As you said, 2-2. He has only walked 3 batters in the 22 that he's strucken out. So, I mean, for a guy to be on the mound in a rebound game, this is who you want if you're Keene State. Guys known to throw a lot of strikeouts. That's what they need here.
Yeah, he's also been great at getting kind of that weak contact. That's been one of his strengths, and we've had him on a couple of times in those post games after the complete game shutouts. And he said, I mean, a big part of his success has literally just been throwing strikes, getting the ball over the plate, and also inducing a lot of weak contact, and that's something that he's very good at. He's been very good at early on this season, but it'll be a tough Rhode Island lineup to face, or excuse me, tough UMass-Boston lineup to face this afternoon, as in Game 1, it was Drew Metzdorf, who went 4 for 5 with a pair of home runs as well. And he was just, the Owls couldn't get him out in that first game. But nonetheless, we are ready to go here in Game 2. And it was also a good first game for Aiden Blake as well, as he continues to lead the team in average. But leading off for UMass-Boston, it'll once again be Parker. Breon Parker leading off. He went 0 for 5 in the first game, but also with an RBI sacrifice fly as well. So be looking to continue that. Jake Yoakum is set. First pitch. Here it is. And it'll miss a little away for ball 1. We are underway in the second game of the doubleheader this afternoon. Parker looking to get back in the hit parade this game as he takes strike 1. Owls maybe hoping to have better luck this time around. 1-1 from Yoakum is popped up and out of play, foul. So a little bit more kind of cloud cover here for Game 2. Still a lot of blue sky in the area. But a little more shady. Here's the 2-1. That's fouled away. Still remains 1-2. UMass-Boston is looking to improve to 17-9 on the year and also remain undefeated. They're 6-0 coming in the LEC. Keene looking to go to 4-3 in the conference as that one grounded foul.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, undefeated in the LEC, Ryan. It was unfortunate for Keene State in that 7th inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader. Things got away from them. It could have been UMass's first defeat, but Keene State ultimately fell.
Yeah, things just kind of, the wheels fell off there in that 7th inning, as that'll miss low for ball 2, so the count runs even. Yeah, things fell off. They were doing pretty well, up 4-2. And it started with a home run from Metzdorf, and things just went kind of south from there, as that's in the air to left. Hudson back. He will make the catch. Route number 1. That was lined by the Breon Parker, and he becomes out number 1. So here's Govea standing in. Had a hit in that first game all the way back in the first inning. First pitch in for strike 1.
Good looking stuff there from Yoakum.
Yeah, that was one of the harder pieces of contact there from Breon Parker. that we've seen kind of all season, at least the last two starts of Yakum. A lot of the contact that he's allowed has been very soft, and that's the kind of pitcher he is. 1-1. In there for strike two.
Yeah, and if you're not throwing strikes as a pitcher for Keene State, we've mentioned with some of the other broadcasters all season that our fielding, our defense has been pretty outstanding all season long. So, I mean, if you're pitching into contact, just have some faith in the guys behind you.
That one's lined through the hole and into right field for a base hit. It's cut off by Eaton. He's going to try for two. Throw into second is in time. He's out.
Well, there's some of the fielding we're talking about from Keene State as the UMass batter runs for two and gets picked off. Great throw from the outfield. Even better heads-up defensive play there.
And Govea could not believe it. He thought for sure he was in safely, but nonetheless he's called out as McHugh, starting it short here in game two, applies the tag for the second out. So that's a base hit, but out trying to stretch a single into a double. So Govea is retired for out number two. And there's 2 up, 2 down, just like that. As UMass-Boston head coach Brendan Agerbrot in his 19th season with the team, looking to get a word there with the umpire. He is headed back to his dugout as Drew Metzdorf has been a tough nut to crack this afternoon. He stands in and he hits it in the air to left field. Back goes Hudson at the track, at the wall. It's gone for a home. No, it's in play. Heading to third is Metzdorf. He is in sliding with a 2-out triple. That ball looked like it got out. It just stayed in off the wall.
Well, that's per Metzdorf. You know, he actually leads the LEC in triples. Prior to that, he had 6. That puts him at 7. You mentioned the pair of home runs in game 1. This guy's got some power behind the bat, and he's got some speed on the bags.
Yeah, that was, I thought for sure for a second it was out.
I as well.
Hudson leaped, and he just couldn't make the catch, but that's a 2-out triple for Drew Metzdorf on 1 pitch. And now, just like that, UMass has a chance to take a lead in the first inning and get to Jake Yakum for the first time in nearly 19 innings.
Well, if you're Coach Blood, you got to have confidence in your pitcher here. 2 outs, 1 man on third. This is the guy you want to have confidence in as Chatfield picks it up from third over to Beon, puts it away.
And just like that, the Owls are out of the jam. So 2-out triple for Metzdorf, but the Owls get around it. We head to the bottom of the first, 0-0 on the Owls Media Network. All right, we're back. Bottom half of the first. Keene State getting their first swings here in game number 2, and they'll be doing it against the right-hander Tim Cianciolo. He's made 7 starts on the year, and he's had his struggles. He's 2-3 with a 6.91 ERA, 1.85 WHIP, and he's allowed 22 earned runs on the season. So we'll see if the Owls can get to him here in game 2.
He's also walked 22 batters and struck out 23, so if he can find a bit of a compromise between the two, preferably for him, obviously more strikeouts than walks, maybe he could deflate that average a bit.
Yeah, certainly not the strikeout to walk ratio you're looking for as a pitcher, right around the same. And he'll be greeted by Tommy Ehlers here in game 2. The Owls rolling with basically the same lineup. It'll be Ehlers batting first, Barnes out of the 2-hole. Chatfield remains at 3. He's the third baseman. First first baseman Beyond batting fourth. Eaton is fifth and right. Hudson sixth and left. Verano seventh at DH. Conley the catcher at number 8, and McHugh at short batting ninth.
And Tommy Ehlers is exactly who you want to lead it off. He's a prolific double hitter. He's got 9 on the season so far. I believe he's second on the team in terms of doubles.
Yeah, he's been tough to get out, but was only 1 for 5 in game 1. So, and that single coming way back in the first inning feels like ages ago.
Which means you know he's due for one.
First pitch in for strike 1. And behind the plate, it'll still be Corliss in game 2. The starting catcher for the Beacons. Cianciola deals in 0-1. And it swung on a miss. Swinging out of his shoes there was Ehlers. He's quickly down 0-2. Here comes 0-2. Outside ball 1. It was the 1-2-3 punch that got the Owls going in game 1 with a 3-run first. See if that continues as the 1-2 on the ground to short. Zerilli has it, throws on the run, not in time, and it gets away. But Ehlers will remain at first as it didn't get away enough.
Well, even without the wild throw there, Ehlers, great speed down the first baseline to beat it out.
Yeah, he's got that leadoff hitter type speed, and that's exactly what you want to see. And could not be fielded by Burris at first, who gets the start in game 2.
And as we mentioned with Ehlers, someone who hits a lot of doubles, another guy who hits a lot of doubles here, Hamilton Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes out of the 2-hole once again. Again, virtually the same Keene lineup as game 1, although different catcher as in for strike 1 on Barnes, and Verano also DHing instead of in the first game. And McHugh also at short, so we have 3 changes to the lineup here. Check back to first, and Ehlers back in safely.
The score is Western Connecticut State 2, Keene State College 0.
We'll see if the Owls can once again jump out to an early.
Got a
Get some
batting
time on Monday after.
rare batter, favor his confidence too much.
He's back in the final 15-8 ball and off field.
I feel letting that one sail.
Out of the way, hard runs obviously.
It seems like Coach Burns.
Ehlers bounces up and
Chatfield being a bit of a
remaining alive in the remaining alive in the count always takes a big cut up. Just looking for LEC
on the
kind of a
center. Parker unfortunately able to ground on the warning track as it comes up a little short.
might have
Matched up a little.
Beyond still. That's the whole.
The call is station on away. He's
Field at all. Did not. 1-1. Owls will take. And so the Owls
from UMass. Keene State taking advantage of the poor fielding there.
Yeah, good drive. Now we're in the inning, but the Owls.
Fellow competitors, we all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive
innings that he is not able to get out today.
Another was big for his stuff. If there's anybody
To game 1, the Owls
had
makes the catch around that 2-out triple. Back comes 1-0.
season, he's also got
Here to center. Ehlers going to have to come. Was
I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory.
Winnings thing, I guess. I mean,
Alec might have heard me.
It's kind of been hard to see the ball a bit. Kind of looked like off the bat. Then check back to second game. Check back to second game. Back pitches for both on the first up. Got a
Fortunate trend of putting up leads early on to let them go later on.
especially popped up by
Time over in foul territory out towards third.
and so Ailers will reach on a fielder's choice, and there's now one away.
Well, as a center field, they say.
Keene field umpire
Pond with a out of the
one out. Runners had to hold up a bit. Barnes had to hold up, so he's only able to get
conversation with the
ball on the field now as the day is officially Agabrook. Already allowed 3
game and a trend they've had going on for the last
umpire
for UMass.
Change.
And learning here, and there's a look at what's happening right here in our city this summer.
With a 5-0 game at Keene State. It's been a long inning on the Beacon side.
That's it.
As we mentioned,
Wow.
3. He just came in 3 up, and he was out eating sweat. They lead 5-0 here on the Owls Media Network.
College sports fans, get ready for game day with officially licensed merchandise from the NCAA official online shop, ncaa.com/shop. Get the whole family geared up with the best collection of apparel and accessories, including visit the NCAA shop for today's special offer and rep your favorite team now. Only
had a lengthy
in the bullpen
of a bigger lead. I mean, 5-0, not the largest of leads, but still a solid lead nonetheless. Still a solid lead nonetheless. As the first in game 1, and he gets plunked on the helmet on one pitch.
Mistake there for Yakum, but if there's a team that can, if there's a dimension, he's got some really solid fielders behind it.
So Breon foul, bunt pop out for out number 1.
Yeah, be on quick to
out a bit. Day overall had a
10 has
all game once again. That ball's gone. It's an inning shocker.
Yeah, it was
hide things, and that inning like that struggle here this inning.
Continue.
Solo shot from Blake. Third.
National Championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Owls already into the UMass bullpen as well, so let's not forget that. It's only a 1-run game. Stuff.
Pitch.
Here's the 2-2. And did he go? He did.
I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Third inning where you'll another home run as well to Aiden Blake, which fall.
Him there, I don't know.
Leon Parker, who just they did have another. And he swings and misses.
That last inning, mishap there. Mishap there.
This is just head out to break up that meeting. As slam in the third.
Metzdorf has.
And in fact, they're going to put him on for Metzdorf.
Aiden Blake, who.
In the second pickup material as fast as the other. Well, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me and subject my students to feel. Being able to relate to them from my own would help me and subject my students to feel. Being able to relate to them from my own.
It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being responsible.
Back in game 2 here.
But yeah, UMass definitely working through its bullpen a little. To be honest, I'm a little surprised we struck out in the 2 innings he
looks to. And Barnes goes first pitch swing, and that'll get out of play foul. Down the weren't able to get anything in the third. In the air to right.
Have the Owl Athletic Complex.
This is
eased, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. For their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
One-run ball game.
Start to the season of walks, but
which is not. Doesn't get too fiery. We're hearing it. We're hearing it.
Do not want to have
out of that. To him is in the air. Number 1.
On the first is the wild throws.
Yeah, certainly the wild throws as well as.
Check from first there.
Checks again. And pick up his second strikeout of the day. Here it is on the ground. The 5.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory.
Ethan Herrera, number 11 on the year. The lead. That'll be 4, 5, 6.
Things were cruising through one until they started bleeding into the Keene State lead, and eventually they tied it up.
Turn, but will hold up as it's fielded quickly by. So run in game 2.
Similar to jump out down into the field.
That's blooped into rending. Already hit his.
If there's ever a time to have Hudson on first, bring someone home.
Here in the 5th, as Alec Verano, and this
an LEC opponent.
Yeah, 2 goes out. Field
side
Herrera, you now have get him through this inning. Taylor's hasn't been in really many.
Worried about the three.
Owls have taken the
Converse
rope coming out, and he might be making the pitching change right here as Herrera has struggled here. Yep. Be right back here on the Owls Media Network in the bottom of the fifth.
We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity. One to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity, what opportunity can do.
UMass-Boston here, he's worked 7. They could be in danger here of an inning.
7 innings pitch and split. It's kind of 6 now. Keene.
Back into the air to center.
Campus can get pretty quiet during the summer when most students are home. Let's look at what's happening right here in our city this summer.
And it'll be having Cali 40 year. If Cali and the 4 runs and has a 1-run lead, but work if they can it's out of play. Catch with 1-1, 2-1, 2-1. He'll just miss. Oh, plate ump winging of the day as well. It's another home run. Even at 2-2. Ball though.
You there?
That could have just right at that first base line.
Yeah, Parker.
Line.
Yeah, Parker.
Lined into right field.
His pitcher, Callie.
So lined into right field.
His pitcher, Callie.
So Govela stands in
And Callie though, as he's.
2-out single from
G-Fork.
2-out single from
G-Fork. As you said, the guy. And
slam. Triple and then the grand slam. And slam. Triple and then the grand slam. Intentional walk. Back to first again goes Govea, but safely in. Took an absolute home run cut at it. It couldn't make contact.
Yeah, he only had one thought behind that bat. Or that swing, excuse me.
Yeah, 8-7. That's what he was thinking. A 3-out has back.
Callie.
Comes the full count pitch. Runner will be off. Here it is. Up and away for ball 4.
Aiden Blake.
Yeah, Blake's had a good day as well. He's 1 for 3. Obviously had a home run. Missed a big.
Yeah, Callie forcing.
We'll see if he can put him away. He works around.
I was outside of school, my high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results. But I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of my students to feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience.
As he got the guys they want. As he got the guys they want. And win game 2 here.
To see Hudson solo home run.
Obviously won, and Justin DeFalco, freshman out of West Boylston, Mass. And Chatfield standing in. And Callie, see if B quickly late in the time. And that's what they've done here in this one.
And work done so far, though.
Set ball. Line Hudson, he's done well all year, is not try to do too much with hit here. And here it is.
And whether you follow one college team or all of them, It's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Look to keep that. Hold on to this.
Corliss, he's been held to 0-2. Watch out for, even with nobody on base. You know he's able to get there.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been more of a struggle for him in game 2, but Kelly just wants to get him out here. Right behind. Gianni's inning. 2 up, 2 down. And
Fortunate for Callie there that one got away from him, but luckily Ehlers, who, after an awkward landing from that ball right on.
Now runner at second, 2 out. Again.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence.
Back on here in the bottom half of the made 7 appearances here. He's been pretty good.
Is a lethal solo home run and the RBI. It's been really fun to watch some of the guys like Verano and Conley.
First pitch, and that's going to be long. He'll take a wide turn.
I like really.
Back in.
But yeah, as I said, when Verano came up to the plate, it's been really fun to see some of these later hitters in the 7, 8.
Throw back to first.
Often, and he still got it after working around it a few times, advancing the runner
to another RBI spot as a defensive. Here it is. Feels like this would be.
Yeah, with only that.
Line single, nicely done again from Evan McHugh, and the Owls' lead is stretched now to 8-6.
And once again,
as Ehlers is up, and he gets plunked on the first pitch. So Corliss, and not sure if we'll see a pitching. Turns we'll tell a run in or 2, first and second.
Well,
Still
Hamilton Barnes, solid contact guy.
Looking for. Of course, Chatfield would be on deck. It is 8-6.
The bags, so.
Ahead here. Back.
Was there to.
3, I mean, but.
He held up to me as well.
Yeah, and again, he's
in scores position like that.
Out of that inning.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory.
Back here as we enter the top of the
huge for Evan Callie to get through and utilizing their 6th pitcher.
You know, the game 0 for 9. I'm looking to avoid 0 for 10. Nobody on can battle back on for the first time here.
Callie's been doing great. I just don't see anybody warming up in the Keene State dugout at the UMass way.
Total conference here. Keene State just trying to eventually entering the ninth.
This lead and pull out a win. You know, up until last week, they're playing the LEC.
With a couple guys on base. See if Callie can make a big pitch, and the throw gets away.
Plays that head from the infield.
Now,
Dusty there, command.
In the air to 2.
The pressure must be on.
Drew Metzdorf, like
that one, or on.
Up.
Wow, fence.
Oh.
Very rare you see something like that. Interesting.
So Blake is there for strike.
Campus can get pretty quiet during this, like me, environmental advocates, and scientific researchers to gain experience. Here's a look at what's happening right here in our city this summer.
It'll be in the victory.
Obviously not a safe position here. So let's see if
He's got in the air to left. Lead things off here.
and jigs up right when he needs to. As Josh Bion is up to the plate now.
The leadoff double him over to third with one out after the state here. Split pumming the rest of the
7 game in the bottom.
8-6.
7 game in the bottom.
8-6. And now Hudson, here it is.
Guys, now with comfortable count for him game of this the doubleheader today.
Yeah. There's the tie. Keene State with a couple RBI singles. I have a chance for another one right here, and if you get RBI single, I mean, this could be a for the third out, but the
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what
doubleheader against all.
Because now
pin for so far. One in the air to be in on the corners. Yeah. Let's do him. Let's do him.
Dugout
thing. For ball 4, the bases are
for UMass as they've, for themselves, fortunately found their way to get onto the base pads, and as soon as you get on...
Yeah, this would be a big an ERA at almost 5.5, but if he can get out of this...
More stressful situation.
And wouldn't it have been from Kentafi? 2-1 with Govea on deck. Big pitch here. And in the bottom half for Keene. Here's the 0-1, popped up and out of play foul. It's off. Entering the second, they
did not come in.
Running going, number 6. It looks like in the pen. Possible, but has been. Runner coming around third. In to score is Govea as well, and it.
Attempt for Metzdorf, who's been
Homer.
What a different game has transpired since.
For UMass-Boston here.
Runner
going,
takes for.
Yep.
Yeah, he seems to be able to do it all for his ball club here.
And that's things have with the leadoff, but is
like
9th inning. UMass-Boston. Kentafi just stop. Burris will stay alive for at least another pitch. Burris. An incredibly long time.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Bottom half.
Myself, we still have this inning has been for Taffy. It was just a tough.
Will Boston just allowing opportunity for some Owl Athletic Complex magic here on the Owls Media Network.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with
Back on for UMass-Boston, and I believe as Hard
To the third, I mean, obviously that's 3 innings of work, not 1, but
with a leadoff as Ehlers is ahead 2-up. Right about that. Pop if you're Keene, just put the
even
and into the Keene dugout. So look out there. Here it is.
Keene
For ball 1.
stand up here and up with men on the dish, so a lot of power to sit.
Tucci gets second game. Keene State began their
Is that
for strike 1. Just missed. 15-9 on the go. Caught by the right fielder. Game 1, 7-5.
They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient, diverse.
Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence.
We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive.
And also college level is pretty exciting. I admire in my sport. One thing my coach always making sure, I feel like me brings a lot of heat as well, so I'd probably say 5 stations open, so yeah. And so yeah.
I don't know. Hi, I'm Jackie Alibrandi.
My name's Riley Burgess, and we're here to play.
What do you know? The Sparks, the Link. You want to help out here, big? Really know. Might be the best we got.
The Seattle Storm.
We suck. Yeah, dang.
UConn.
Our
Owls getting swept all day kind of was overall.
It's today. Yeah, a lot of positive too. I mean,
20 straight scores up here. He seems a lot of times teams can you kind of say to your team a lot of times teams can you kind of say to your
today of in a very emotional them innings where they got rolling too innings where they got rolling too. It seems to sharks in the water. Thing that we can chirpy. Doubles and strike. When they land
2, 3, and 4 coming up on.
When they land
2, 3, and 4 coming up on. We were pretty close today.
There's a few areas minimizing those. And Mitchell's a very. There's a few areas minimizing those. And Mitchell's a very good team.
Games obviously a couple tough losses. Interesting week for the Owls here at the Owl Athletic Complex at 3. Everybody else on
broadcast, and thank you for watching.